We continue section 1.5 with constructing a stem and leaf plot. Again, we had read these graphs in section 1.2 and now we are building them. So we have some instructions here to create a stem and leaf plot. Each value must be separated into a stem and leaf. So what do we mean by separated? Remember, if I'm taking a value, for example, 15, then I have to separate it as a 1 and a 5. The stem is the first digit, for example, the 10th place, and the leaf is the last digit. So we have this is our stem, and this is our leaf, and it's obvious on this side. The stem can have any number of digits, but the leaf must only have one digit. So there's actually examples here. Let me give you when we say any number of digits. So let's say I had a number that has 3 place values instead of just 2. This must be separated into something like this because it says that the leaf can only have one value. And so you would have to let the reader know that the 22 signifies the certain place value and the 5 is a certain place value. The stem and leaf are separated by a vertical line and a key must be provided. You must always tell your reader what you expect them to get out of your graph, right? So if I don't give them a key, then they don't know what my stem and leaf stands for. Let's take a look at an example where we created one. So it says, for example, the stem and leaf plot was created from the observed values. Here is your observed values. Another name for this is your raw data. So we take some raw data, and the very first thing you should do is organize it. If you notice, our data is organized. This is 22, 23, 25, and it's already going up. If your data is messy, it can kind of lead to you missing a value. So it's important that you organize it. So we're going to organize the 2 and the 2. We're going to separate it. The 2 goes here, and this 2 goes there, and so on, right? Now this 2, the first thing we start noticing with the next one, this 2 is already here. This is the stem, so all of these 2's, you don't have to rewrite the 2 in the tens place. All you're taking is the leaf, and you're putting it here, and here, and here. If you notice, there's only one stem. Let's take a look at the 30s. Now we have the 30s. We're going to have 2. So if you look, the first stem comes here, and then the leaf and the leaf. I hope you're feeling confident and ready to tackle your own example. A. It says, a group of 10 children are raising money for the new math club. The 10 children fundraise the following amount of dollars. Construct a stem and leaf plot based on this data set. The first thing I'm going to take a look at is the organization. I think that's important, but I know it's not one of our labeled steps. I think it just keeps our data together. So for example, the smallest value I see is 10, so I'm going to go 10, 12. Then I see 20, 25, 26, 28. Next are the 30s. So I see 35, 35, and 37, and lastly 44. Let's count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And here are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I didn't miss anything. I have all my information written down. Now from here, I can start looking at the groups in each stem. So I'm going to group the 10s, for example. Group those 20s. This is not necessary. This is for me, for my eyes, so that I don't miss anything. And I'm ready to get started with my stem and leaf. I have a value in the 10s, value in the 20s, value in the 30s, and the 40s. I'm ready to put in the leaves. The first value, 10. Here's 10. The next value, 2. There is no commas in between. Anybody who reads a stem and leaf plot knows that these are two separate values, no commas needed. So we took care of those. 20, here comes 20, 25, 26, and 28. 35, 35, 37, and 44. You're all done. You created your very first stem and leaf plot. Let's go ahead and make sure we have a title and a key. So what is a title for this graph? Let's title it Fundraising for Math Club. We're going to have a key. You can grab any number that you like. I usually like to pick something that's kind of separated, so it helps a reader a little bit more. So I'm going to do 2 vertical line and 5 means 25. And if you're talking about money, we can be more specific and say $25. All done. Great. I'll give you the opportunity to try C and D.